so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, ooh, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. At all the way you move it, see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Table set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop. No, 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 no. I won't stop. I won't stop. I won't stop. No, 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 no. I won't stop. Won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop. No, 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 no. I won't stop. I won't stop. I won't stop. No, 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 no. I won't stop. Won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of order way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Table set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop. No, 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 no. I won't stop. I won't stop. I won't stop. No, 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 no. I won't stop. Won't stop.
Friday afternoon. We got things going on this weekend. Super Bowl. Yada yada. I got a friend coming in from Chicago. You guys will recognize him. He kind of looks like me, but he will be here in a little while. That's why we're doing an early stream today. I'm just getting a little bit warmed up here. I had an invite for a par 3 heads up. It's a good way to get my fingers loosened up. And talking about putting that we started in the chat prior to, I missed the putt on hole 1. So bad. So bad. But we're almost done with this. And then I'm just going to get into banging some invites out of the way. That was a bad shot. Everything's feeling good. Oh, there we go, Craig. Why are we out? Why would that make you be out? Yeah, the word-of-mouth tournament's going pretty well. We kind of... the lag time with the invites changing and with the tee boxes changing, it's added probably another 2 weeks to the tournament, it seems. It sucks, but... It sucks a bit, but it is what it is. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the hands. Or Chris. Was that yours that you posted it? I thought I saw a post of a 30. I like them all. I don't... Sometimes I miss who actually did the thing. How do we want to go at this? I don't know why I released that. It just felt right. I don't know. Sometimes the things go against everything in your insides and you do it. Yeah, I'm not quite good yet. I'm a little stiff. Once these pills kick in, I'll feel pretty good. Unless I stood by ugh, alright. Fine with that. That hole's much easier with the outwind than it is with the wind in your face, for certain. Hey Greg, how you doing, bud? Yeah, well, what you were asking in our chat was, it's not that hard to become a vendor. You still have to go through some rigmarole with IT, so you're gonna have to reach out to somebody in their sales department if you want to do what you were talking about. You know, fuck off. That was kind of dumb. I went for the ace for some reason when I think I would have had this without it. Now I'm done. I don't know why I decided to try to hold that shot. Oh, I'm not on my par 3 bag. That would have changed everything on that hole. God damn it. All right, that's okay. We're gonna dive right into some invites. I got a couple new ones from Matty B today, so we're gonna get that. We're gonna play that one right away. I don't want to leave him waiting. He is certainly using me as an invite. What's a good word for it? An invite tester for himself. Getting some practice and seeing some of the shots that he may not have known of or hit in his past. But we'll start with this Alpine Run one. God, somebody went from Jesus Saves to same shit, different day. You would think that Jesus would fix that same shit, different day problem that he's got. Now, I forgot what, dude, I think I'm kind of fried right now. I think my mind just isn't working as it should. Well, okay, the thumbs are cooking. We're starting off with the moisture that we left with on Wednesday. A, B, C, D, E, F, you and your mom and your sister and your dub. We again. Yeah, that's true, and you're going to run into the issue. We've run into it in the past trying to do the same thing, that part of the contract with the vendors is they can't bring another vendor in for different equipment. Now, in Iowa, I haven't seen the problem much. I haven't run into it there, but they do have, I know Camden had some really stringent contracts. But vending is different from area to area. Hey, Jay, it's much different from area to area. I mean, there are places that you literally have to pay the bar money, like a flat fee, like 10 grand in order to get the account right away. Ah, you're right, I did. Gotta do it, Maddie. So, now, you get... Sometimes gaining too much information will make you worse at Golden Tee. And let me explain it. I kind of understand... I mean, when I say kind of, I understand some of the things in the game way more than anybody else that's playing at a top level. And what I'm finding is sometimes I'm trying to use that information a little bit too much rather than basing it off of feel. And my example A is putting. As I've learned more about putting, I'm becoming a worse putter. Because I'm not going with the feel that I've had for years and basing it all off experience. I'm trying to let my mind come into play too much. So keep it simple. Keep everything in this game as simple as possible is my best answer to you. Trying to figure out the reason and the why behind everything can lead you down a huge rabbit hole. Ah, he sprained his thumbs. That's the worst thing that can happen in Golden Tee now. But, like, trying to think too much about certain things that knows, when I'm trying to think about too many things that I know about the game while I'm actually trying to execute, I end up finding myself overplaying it. When it's not necessary. Like, on a lot of the shots that I'm missing, they're just simply easy. And really, putting is the one that's getting me the most. This is a lot of people have questions on. Your goal is to put it right on this strip, and with high tees and everything being available, it's always an option. What I generally do is take one club down from the edge and then hit it solid. Just like that. And now we got a good shot coming in. Pretty nice eagle there. Pretty standard there. But if you don't position it right, you roll to the bottom, you're risking a few strokes down there because you can get stuck in some pretty thick brush. Oh my God, he did it again. Uh-oh, the thumbs are cooking today. All right, so now we gotta back this one up. We're gonna be risking about going long on this with that outwind. Now, do I even try a 6-wood? 6-wood's generally a little more finicky, and I think the gap between that club is a lot bigger than what it reads. So we're just gonna back it up. We're gonna try to hit this about 130, 135 range. And it looks like 135 might have been even too long, so we're happy with 134. Yeah, I know, it's going to be great. Now, if you haven't gotten a chance to see Dre and Snoop in concert, you are missing out. I actually saw the Up in Smoke tour a couple times back. Shit, that would have been, I was probably 24 maybe. So what year would that be? Like, maybe 2004? It was fantastic. They are fantastic live. God, if I shoot two-betters every game, and you don't even have to finish a two-better in match play, the joy of it is when you start holing out, if you hole out a couple times really early, you put a lot of pressure on your opponent. And it's never really about the final score. It's about making yourself in a position where you don't have any risk and your opponent does. That will work out for you a lot more than you actually think. I mean, the very rare scenario is me playing Fox and Worlds, and I hole out twice, and he grinds and holes out twice to catch me and then beats me on 18. It happens, but that's the rarity. Can't do it. Ansei's the worst one, Owen. Did Did he already send the invite? I don't know if we have it, because I'll play it right now. What do we got? We got one pending here. Oh, we got Mitchapalooza. He wants some more. And it has been accepted. Okay, good. So it's open. Okay. Well, then we'll play that. We'll play that here pretty quick. Are you playing? Are you going to play it right now too, Owen? Oh my God! Look at this, guys. Everything's just dropping. What is going on here? We got moisture galore. All right, I don't want to play it live in a handicap tournament because without you playing it already, because then it gives you a distinct advantage. Oh, okay. All right, so we got a really bad setup here. That left to right wind is actually going to help us on this, though. This is where you got to put it. Now it's a C3 and try to bounce it over the edge. Yeah, I was going to do some more. I normally do some warm-ups too, but... Yeah, that was tough today. That was awfully long. All right, but we put ourselves in a position to save this. And I didn't hit it hard enough. God damn it. That's tough. That's tough when that hole sets up like that. Like, ooh, God, that would have been something to catch the 30 on this. It's a tough 30, guys. A 2-better's pretty good. Ah, that's not bad. We'll take a 29 on that course. I'm sure that broke the worldwide record. And it broke my record at home. So now the records on the home machine, don't take those as gospel, because remember, every year now they get reset. So, I mean, some of these courses I only play maybe 2 or 3 times in the year. Back in, is it? But that's a great start. I'm happy about it. Uh-oh, I might need to put a new card down here. This one's dying. Okay, it all depends. Luke, it all depends. If I make the cut, play the exact uphill on the green, it can be more. But in general, you're changing the angle of it, so it's actually going to be less. Yeah, we're going to go for a couple hours. Okay, that's it right there. That was against you. Let's see what we got here. You know what? Let's give Ben a little love here. He doesn't get to keep a lot in his player account because he's in Louisiana. And he just happened to be in Atlanta for the weekend. So we'll use this one and we'll get it. So par on this course is either going to be 26 to 28. It all depends, because one can be drivable, and this one's going to be pretty close. Let's see if we can get this far enough right to get past all the garbage. I don't think that's a chush. Now, we got a flat rough in front of us. So if I up this clubs and shush it, it probably will work. Let's go with this with backspin so we get a little bit of hop. And it did. Ooh, love it when you do me like that. Sorry, Ben. But Ben can shush too. Okay, so this is the rare look. This one, you would think you might not get a cross. I'm going to bury a big C3, and generally you'll get a ramp out of the bunker and kick up to the top. Especially if you get a 150s in there. Okay, so you got to find your technique. Mine is right on top of the ball like this, and I'm just hitting it as soft as I can. You got to come up with something that's good for you. I couldn't do it because watching everybody, I used to chush my palm like this, and that's not as easy to get the speeds right. You'll see a lot of people do a 2 thumb like I'm doing 1, but I don't have, my thumbs just would go too hot when I would do that. But the going straight part of it, it's helping you, right? Because if you're getting it close to straight, even if you're a little bit off, because I'm hitting it the minimum forward, that little bit off has no ability to spin the roller fast enough to actually make a reading when you're going forward at 35. That's part of the reason I make sure to keep it as slow as possible. When you miss them sideways, you're hitting them too hard, in my opinion. And if you notice, when I miss them, it'll be missed really bad directionally. And it just happens to me sometimes. And that will change from ball to ball. If I get a slightly oilier ball, I have to hit it harder to get it to read that little bit. But it's just a repetition thing. You're going to just have to keep trying it until you figure out a way that works for you. I would use a tee here, but this tee doesn't move it enough, so... It's kind of interesting, though, isn't it, a little bit? Chushing's kind of an interesting... Me personally, though, I think it's a bullshit shot, and I really think that I would really love a change to have it be that the trackball only reads once you get to, like, 50 miles per hour. Because having to hit it that much harder would be impossible to keep it going straight. And then the chushing would be gone. It would be negated. It kind of is, but it's a cheat code that we're not cheating the machine at all. It's not like we're sliding a dollar bill in there and then the ball won't read the side roller at all. It's not like anything like that. But it still is manipulating the game, using the game itself, but to beat its limitations. And I don't like that. Either that, or you make it so that the trackball reads any amount that you hit it forward. That would suck, though, in a lot of scenarios. If it did that all the time, there'd be a lot of mishits and a lot of goofy bullshit. They're gonna do the songs are good, the rest don't matter. All right, how do we want to go at this? Wow, I did not think I was hitting that over the green with the 7-iron. My God. That's a horrible chip, too. Woo! No, Jeff Harlow had been doing it for years before, and everybody just looked at it like it was kind of a gimmick. I remember a match, I want to say it was on Misty Springs, that I was playing him in Richmond. And I chipped, so one on that course is this big downslope and then comes up. And an A1 would sometimes ramp, but a lot of the times it would stop just short of the hill. Well, we got to the top of the hill, and I made it like a 70-yard chip. And he walked up and did his chush and chushed it in with a driver from there. So we both hold out one. We both hold out the next par 3. And this is in sudden death. So we had 2 holdouts on top of each other. It was kind of crazy. Now that's just bad luck, guys. That's really bad luck. That's just not good luck. You can't do much about that. Now, can I make something happen out of here? We're going to try. That sucks. So I'm going to say that it came out, I mean, and people have been doing similar shots to that for years back in GoldenTeeTV. thought that would stay under the bush. Wait, that gate? No, that didn't give me an unplayable lie. It just took me 2 shots to get up and down from there. Unless it did give me one. That's kind of shitty if it did. I didn't see it. Yeah, now this game's turning into a little bit of a debacle. We missed that easy... Well, it wasn't an easy par 3 today, but I can't imagine the 7-iron was going to carry that thing. Whew. 98 on my thumbs. I don't have that. Doing the math, par 5... Ondon, first shot, second shot to there, third shot. Did I get a par? Yeah, it must have. No, it must have given me an unplayable lie. Yeah, I got a par on that. Got you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you could take advantage of me. There are no high and another way to hold me. So on this one, you're either going to go just short of the trees, which we are today, or if you can bury it and get it long, you want to do that. It's a little easier, but this isn't bad at all from right here. I hit it a little harder than I wanted to. I wanted a little more cut. It's getting loosened up, though. But we got a shot in. Yeah, it did. It was unplayable. I got a penalty there. That's kind of ridiculous. Well, actually, though, I probably ended up on the other side of the fence, which is unplayable. But I wasn't watching too. It was just bad luck. I walked away from it. I don't want to think about the shot. I don't want to let that thing destroy a round because of bad luck, and that's all that was. I hit a great shot off the tee to put it right where it needed to be, and just happened to not get the height right. If I would have backspun it, it would have missed that crossbar on the swing set. If I would have rolled it, it probably misses it too. But I picked the wrong one. Thinking of the one who ever get lonely. Oh, it was not unplayable, huh? I think I'm starting to think you might have been right, actually, after one shot in, 2 shots out, putt, 2 shots, second shot out, chip for eagle. No, that should have been a birdie, and it gave me a par, so. Oh, no. No, that was right. It is a par. My bad. I'm doing the math wrong. Not much I could do to try to ace that today. I mean, without having huge risk. Yeah. 1 to landing, 2 in the crossbar, 3 out to the bunker, 4 up to the hole, 5 is the putt. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's probably going to beat me on that one. I missed the shot through the trees. It's just a crapshoot, too, there. I missed that one off the bar that cost me 2 strokes, and I missed the par 3. Yeah, not good. Not a good round. But, I mean, that really wasn't bad round on my part. I mean, it was my part, obviously. I don't think the game cheated me, but... All right, what do we got next? Well, looks like we're playing Monty here. Okay, great look. Duh. I like to play that shot. If you roll it, you can hammer it. If you backspin it, doesn't bounce as hot off the rocks as that one did. So you're going to want to roll that shot to get the bounce farther off the rock when it lands. It's not that much farther, but it can be a sense. It can be the difference of you being on the green or you being where I was chipping. Shit, that's not good. It's probably just new to you. We do not have the new tee boxes yet. But she... Now, see, that putt would have been a turbo before. This is what I was saying on my post online. That putt, if I did not see putt that ball would have missed that hole by a mile. Yeah, if you're good at C3s, I can actually stick the green going that way. And the other benefit to the C3s, it leaves you in that bunker on the right sometimes if you don't get it there. And that bunker from the right, you've got a low enough, it's got a low enough lip on it that I can shush like a 3-wood to 5-wood there and still have a chance to make it. But really, let's be honest, as accurate as you can get with shushing, I'm still going to be way more accurate putting, and I'd rather have a putt. Or a chush from 50, I'm less accurate than a sandwich chip from 7. Hey, Gino, how you doing, sir? I have not gotten a chance to listen to Gino's podcast, so if you guys, if I haven't, I'm hoping you guys didn't. You need to take a look and see this one. This is with the, going back to the glory days of IT, right? And this is going back to hearing a lot of the old stories. Now, as much as the old stories don't really resonate with some of you newer players, you should hear because it gives you an idea into the mindset that IT has had in the past. And hopefully we're past that or have changed a bit to where they want all the growth they can get. So take a listen to it. You guys can find it on any of the major podcasts out there. Gino, if you want to throw a link in here or if you send it to me on Messenger, I'll be happy to put it in there. Actually, I'm pretty sure that you can make posts. But if you guys were in here on Monday night, we had Gary in the chat with us for a bit, and he was answering a few questions. And guys, other than Golden Tee, Gary's had an insanely interesting life, man. Who would have thought somebody from a comic book nerd would be there too? Ooh, well, all I can say about Rex Gross is Rex Grossman won games. So he would have to be my fuck. Dante Culpepper would be my Mary, and John Kitna, well, we'll have to kill him just because he's insignificant to me. Yeah, I thought that as well, too. But if you look, they were just ones that you don't see as randomly. But maybe a change that they did there, I don't know. But the patch went out. To my understanding, we got a new patch. I didn't see it myself downloading, but the patch did go out, and that patch didn't change anything. It just fixed the underlying issue that was causing them, when you went to the mixed tees, them not to do anything. Was there something I did? It all stopped hurting. Okay, good. Yeah, so that was the patch that they talked about. I posted the patch notes in the word of mouth page as well. Really, the patch notes don't mean much to most of us. It's a little bit of hardware stuff, some back-end fixes for some other things. But the big one was that they patched the problem that was messing up the mixed tees. That might not be good, or it might be very good. All right. Woof. Under the surface. No one would heal this wound. Uh-oh, that's not good. Whoa, I thought I overhit that. My thumbs are definitely stronger today than normal. That's good. Before you go. Yeah, my thumbs are tight right now. I'm loving this. If I could add an extra 3 or 4 miles per hour to my thumb shots while not losing much distance, the plan for tonight for me is, so my buddy Adam Miller, you guys know Adam, Fishy-tastic. If you've been around Golden Tee for a bit, he kind of looks like me. He streamed with me before, and he was my best man at my wedding. So... but he's coming to town tonight because we got moisture. He's coming to town tonight because he is going out to Worlds with me. He's going to join me out there in Vegas. And he hasn't played much except for the one time he streamed. He doesn't play at all at home anymore because I'm not there dragging him out. So we're going to play the event in the bar a bit tonight, I'm sure. Might come back, might get a little tipsy, come back and stream late tonight. I don't know. It's still up in the air. But I'm going to the bar because I did not want to play the home edition event until Sunday. I don't care what you say. That shot is much easier being level with the pin than having an outwind of 13 with the pin tucked up front on a downhill shot that's downhill maybe 150 yards. I can judge that distance a ton better, and when the pin is on the right-hand side of the green, I've got all that green to work with and land the ball and move it over with my spin. Plus, you saw there, I barely even had to go over that. I barely even had to do anything with it. Gino, I'm all in. I just was talking to they're doing a show. So my back surgery is the 18th. They say 2 months recovery. And my birthday's May 16th. So March 18th to May 16th. And Hamilton's coming to Des Moines again. I've already seen it once, but I'm thinking of grabbing my parents and getting them up here and get them out to see it as well. Now, I will say this. As much as I've loved seeing it live many times, the Disney Plus special was probably better than anything else that we'll ever see. It was phenomenal. I mean, that was so well done on Disney Plus. It was ridiculous. You got to see so many more things that even the seats that I bought most of these, which are ridiculously priced because it's impossible to get things for face value nowadays. You know it's all a big scam that they're... I know that Ticketmaster is in bed with these other places too and allowing people... It's a scam. It really is. But that's beside the point. But you got to see the facial expressions of all these characters. And as much as I love Lin-Manuel Miranda, he's probably not the best Hamilton out there because he's not that great of a singer. Him knowing it and being the one that wrote it, though, changes a bit for him, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but before I knew much about him with Rent and things, I knew Lin-Manuel Miranda from House. And House is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And in House, when House gets locked up in an insane asylum, his roommate is Lin-Manuel Miranda. And he does like a rap at the end of it. It's kind of hilarious, actually. I don't like this look. Yeah, it's season 4 of House, I believe it is. But he's Alfie. And he's on the season 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. I might get it backward. Yes, the talent show. But he actually plays a pretty big role. Oh, that's bad. Shit. I did not cut that enough. But let's see if I can save my birdie. I mean, that's kind of funny, but I know that. I hope that's tongue-in-cheek from you. Oh. All right, so now how are we going to play this, right? The 4-iron's dramatically lower, and I would still want to hit this pretty solid, so I won't get much back down to the hole. So if I hit the 4, I don't think there's any way of making this. Now, this brings risk into play, but if I do this and I just smoke this with bite, I should get more than my normal bite spin because I'm hammering it down 8, but it won't have enough bite to pull back through the cut there, that ridge right before the edge. But let's see. Let's see if my thought process was right. It came down. I gave it a chance with still very little risk. Well, we're holding out a lot today, Caesar. We're just not finishing any rounds yet. Oh my God, I stuck that green. My last 3 streams, I've missed that green. Oh, I did not. Okay, great. Now that's deep grass. Deep grass is like this half-cocked. You got to hit everything way hard out of this. So I pulled that way back. Just a little bit. So now we got an outwind here. Now, This looks goofy. Is that getting there? It's getting there. And it stopped. Good, we're fine. 31 with a par. That was a 33. That's terrible. That was a max par setup. Plus we had a hole out. That should have been a 33. So par on that's 32, which is going to be... Okay, I say it's the max, but there's a par 5 in there that we can get on the green. We've seen it a couple times. It's so rare, though. A risk to reward wise, it's not worth it. Yeah, see, what I... Now, with the new tee box changes, with mixed tees, right? Let's talk about what we're going to need to do to our club set. Baja, no change. You can play either the 9... And when I say do to your club set, the only change that needs to occur on that, in my opinion, is the 9.5 to the 8.5 driver. When it was the original tee boxes, the 8.5 driver was fine on all the courses. With the new tee boxes, you've probably seen it, but Forest 18 in itself is a problem. And really, I think that's the only shot on all the courses that I need to have the 8. I don't want the 8.5 driver. So I'm going to set... Eagles Crest is a tough one to do a tutorial on because the par can change so much. Because it's so low. It's like a 23 to a 27 it can be up to. Maybe a 28 even. But, so we're going to need to make sure we got our right bags. Now, so mixed tees, it's going to bring into both setups. Now, being that the original set of tee boxes, you could easily get by with the 9.5 driver on every course, I would almost assume you play... You just play the 9.5 driver in most of your bags. If you're like me, you have 2 bags that are identical. One of them is an 8.5 driver. One of them is a 9.5. You won't need the 3 driver bag on there, so that'll make it pretty easy. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. But that's really the only one that would change. If anybody's got any other opinions on this, let me know. I'm curious because I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with it yet. Yeah, but Forest 18 is going to go to a long par 5 or it's going to be that shorter par 4 through in the trees. The course that's going to par is going to change the most on is actually going to be Once, because we have right now, there's I think 3 holes that can be driven or not driven depending on new or old tees. So you can easily get them that they're all shut down depending on what tee, or you can have it be where they're all there. So I think par on Once will occasionally get up to 29 or 30. Same with me, Chris. Because the 8.5 driver is fine and useful in most situations. I don't typically, the 9.5 and the 8.5, they don't have, I mean, the 9.5 and the 10.5, there's not as much difference to them. So I have a harder time keeping both of them in my bag unless the situation calls for it. Which Forest 18, the 8.5 becomes useless on Forest. I mean, you can literally play Forest the whole time without touching that 8.5 driver once. The other thing about it is, guys, the 9.5 driver is by far the 9.5 300, not the 9.5 310. The 9.5 300 is by far the most consistent driver with the least amount of variance due to missing the straight 180s on it of any driver in the game. I know we look at my theoretical straights with them, and that doesn't tell the full story because I know for a fact that the 8.5 driver isn't nearly as forgiving. And here's why. Because with the 8.5 driver, it's such a lower trajectory, right? And we know if we don't hit 180s with a shot, your height goes down pretty quick. Like if I play a half cut, the ball doesn't nearly get as high. Well, when you don't get as high with the 8.5 driver, you lose a lot of your distance out of it. So you can have very varied results with it. Very varied result. That actually was right, but it sounded funny coming out of my mouth. Now the 9.5 300, not much variance at all. It goes no matter if you miss it a little bit or you don't miss hit it. And that's what the 9.5 300 driver is probably the best, most consistent driver in the game, but it limits you. On the 8.5 driver, if you low teen 8.5 driver, you can pretty much skip the water in any scenario you want. The 9.5 drivers, yeah, you just gotta low tee it and hit it harder than you think. That's really it. My problem on that hole isn't the distance, it's that cutting it back from left to right, I'm worried that I'm going to overcut it and then I undercut it. Well, let's set the world on fire. I want to talk about the putting thing too. I hope you guys understand what I mean, that the turbo putt is pretty much gone. And if you hadn't played Golden Tee before this year, don't even take any heedance to what I'm saying here, because you would never had to experience this. But before, and well, okay, that's that differences between us. Shit, this is a bad look. I gotta hit a C3 here. I'm probably gonna end up in the weeds though. I got it just right. But that change in putting, and people were totally complicating what I was saying there. Like, Chisholm was going back and forth with me. Guys, whether a putt turbos or not, it doesn't change your aiming points dramatically. All it does is changes you from having to C-putt it and slow it down. It slowed it down enough that we don't see many rollovers anymore. I think I've seen exactly one since the putting change, and other than ones where I just walked up and hammered a putt from 3 inches and went over, I'm not counting that. The rollover I had was on stream, and it was on Coconut Beach 18. I was 105 feet away, and I didn't C-putt it. Now, even though the turbo's gone, on the longer distances, the game gives you enough juice to get to the hole and get a little further past. On shorter putts, when you miss the putt, you're getting about 10 feet past the hole, maybe even less. On longer putts, if you miss them, you can get to like 20 feet past the hole. Before, with the turbo putt, on putts that were between 80 and... there were different gaps, but it was right around 80 feet. If you missed that putt, it would go like 120 feet. Because you just didn't have it be that fine-tuned. Yeah, I can, Gino, but the thing about Vanguards is they don't work. They don't do anything different on the greens anymore. I did a test on that when we were testing the balls, and mind you, I said it doesn't do any difference. The other 3 balls we did, stock, streak, and stouts, they went the same exact distance. When I say exact, it was within a half a foot. Like, you couldn't tell on the screen that it was different. Vanguards went an extra like 4 feet. Now, I don't know how that is, but I don't know how that is, really. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's where I came up with the theory that the putting fix was getting rid of attributes on the ball during the putt. I still think there had to be more done to it than just that, getting rid of the ball attributes for the putting surface, because I don't think that just getting rid of the ball, like stock balls... Maybe it was. Maybe stock ball. No, but it changed the numbers that we could max out at. Sorry, I'm talking to myself a little while I'm trying to work through some theories. Wow, that's bad luck. Now, that's got a lip, I'm almost positive. Now, when we're talking about differences in balls, okay, so there's typically 3 new balls or 2 new balls every year. What I found, though, is up until 2016, all the balls had the same amount of attribute points. And when I say attribute points, this isn't like you assigning them or anything, but if we went on a scale of 1 to 10 on each of the 4 categories when we look at the ball, and we'll do it in between games, they were all very similar with the amount of points that were there, either with the... Let's say you could set them all at 5, and that would be the max amount of points. They would detract some categories and make others higher. Like streaks, lost spin, but gained distance. But the newer balls from 2016 on all seem to have more points in the positive and less to the negative. And I think streaks even changed, because back when streaks were first out, they almost had no spin, like almost 0 spin. And now you can physically play them. We used to all laugh at Duncan and how good he got with them, because technically you couldn't really backspin any woods on it. They were kind of dyed. They wouldn't spin much at all. Now they kind of hold all the surfaces, which is, it's hard to get past. Like, what you've known for years and what has changed, it's hard to get past them a bit. I don't know why I laid off of that. That was just silly. I had to max that out. I'm stupid. Doesn't matter, I guess. And really, I don't want to go into Vanguards right now, Gino. I don't want to even get a little inkling of something different than what I'm going to be doing at World. God, these last couple games playing with you guys, these last couple days playing on stream has got me... I gotta say, I'm really confident going into Worlds. It's just a matter of whether I can keep my body in good shape. I will say this, though. After losing weight, even though my back's hurting more since losing weight, my feet are able to handle a lot more time, which used to be my biggest problem. Like, I wouldn't be able to walk after tournament. I forget you. Again, I forget you too. Alright, what do we got? We got text. Oh, Jill just left work. Good for her. She's gonna be mad at me. I got done all of the house cleaning except the bathrooms. I'm sorry. I don't touch the bathrooms very often. Even though I'm the one that ruins them. Yeah, it does, but it was so funny, though, Chris. You know, every one of us, we're all men that are probably over our ideal weight. None of us are fitness gurus. So every doctor was like, well, if you could lose some weight, everything would feel better. Dude, right when I started losing weight, I felt my body hurt more than any point it has in my entire life. And I was like, fuck you, doctor. You tell me lose weight, you'll feel better. And I'm like, I feel horrible. And since I'm not a big drinker most of the time, I can lose weight pretty quick. I'm with you, Dave. We're not going to say that out loud. If your wife was sitting, Jen was sitting with me right now, I would be like, no, why clean the bathroom? But Jill and I have a division of work that actually is kind of different. Like, she doesn't hardly ever cook, right? Because I'm actually a pretty goddamn good cook. So I do all the cooking. I don't mind doing it. It's great. But stuff like, she takes out the garbage every Monday. A lot of it's because I'm streaming when it would be done. Purposely. Yeah, absolutely a limit. But, so that division is weird. She's to the point, she doesn't let me do laundry. She actually gets mad at me for it. Even though I'm not against it at all. She just doesn't like the way I do it. That's fine. It's like wrapping Christmas presents. You do it bad enough for so long, they take over. But Dave and I talking about our wives and how our marriages work, we're in a different scenario because we both have wives that put up with a lot of shit. They treat us great, and they put up with a lot from us because we have a good relationship. And that's not standard. I can't condone anybody to have the relationship I have with my wife with how I get away with things, okay? It's not standard. It shouldn't happen. On almost tee-ups or just... I don't know what that means, Caesar. You gotta explain. Now, for me, I don't judge back... See... Honestly, it's most GoldenTeeTV players have wives. We have cool-ass wives. It's really... I know we all talk about, oh, he's rich and supermodels. GoldenTeeTV players all have are rich and have supermodel wives. Obviously, that's not true. But... And we don't know what the home life is like. But have you guys, anybody that goes to a ton of tournaments, met anybody's wife and didn't like them? Like, they're all cool as shit. I love them. The GoldenTeeTV wives are almost as good as the GoldenTeeTV guys, in my opinion. We only need 86 hole-in-ones. That's not a big number. We'll see what happens, but I think maybe I'll go live on Monday and have to play until I finish it. They're exactly the same, Josh. They're just a reskin. Exactly the same. Don't worry about it. Same balls. Breeze are stones. And as of right now, you won't notice any play difference with them on the PGA machines. Now, at some point in time, the game mechanics could change on PGA machines that would not go back and tie to it. But fortunately and unfortunately, we're going to be tied to the same mechanics for the next 4 or 5 years until they stop, until the old cabinets are no longer involved in commercial play. That'll be the biggest change that we see. Right now, we can't even see big changes because the changes have to be able to be purveyed back to both the old commercial and PGA and current gen and PGA, because they're counting on those old machines to actually be part of the prize play tournament, so we don't lose those prize play tournaments. If anybody who's seen when you played the beta machines, almost all those games just refund because you don't have enough gameplay to sustain you don't have enough gameplay on the limited amount of PGA machines right now to sustain prize play. Which is why the PGA courses are going to be not really playable for the near future. I mean, if for prizes, that is. And guys, I know a lot of people have talked bad about the PGA courses and that they're too easy. I'm sorry, a lot of people here could use the easy to fine-tune and refine everything. Use that as your driving range. Play a warm-up on those courses just to get used to everything. Try stupid cut shots because you know it's not affecting you too much when you do it. Like, that's the perfect way to do it. Oh, and Chris, now there's something that everybody fails to talk about when they're talking about you got 5 years on the current platform. Guys, that doesn't mean that they're not going to eliminate game modes from it. That doesn't mean they're not going to take prize play off the current platform in 2 years and say prize play only on PGA moving forward. It doesn't mean that you're going to have all the contest modes that are available. Now, what the fuck is this? You think I could clear the water? Why not? Let's see. I've never tried this. That's as short as I've ever seen this. Yeah, why would I not put this here if this is that? And I know it's one of those things, like, you don't want to say it out loud because people that aren't thinking about it are going to think they got... But, guys, there will be extra game modes on the PGA that aren't on the old editions. So there's going to be a lot more reasons than you think to get a PGA. All right, am I the first one to ever do that? Has anybody ever tried that before, gone over the water? Yeah, there's no new tee boxes. Now, something that could have happened, Josh, and I wouldn't put it past IT, is that a code problem that they fixed now, that they just fixed with that patch, could have been causing things to not allow certain looks to occur. It's not a new design tee box because the new tee boxes and the old tee boxes on 2018 and newer, I believe it might be 2019 and newer, there's not set tee boxes, right? They're all tee boxes that have specific areas they can go in, and then they're randomized based off of that. So you never know. Hey, Josh, how you doing, buddy? All right, this is by far my worst shot in GoldenTeeTV this year. I missed this way too much, and I'm super happy with that. Godzilla. Zombie apocalypse. All right, we're gonna make this. So now this is another part of this that you got to play into it. Okay, I'm going to hit my G wedge with roll. Okay. Now, if I hit a G wedge with release, it's not going to move forward as quick. It's not going to move forward as quick. So that up one, left one will actually kind of turn it a lot more than you think. But since I'm rolling this and going past the hole, I'm going to underplay it a little bit. So if I thought that it would normally be here with release, I'm coming over here with roll. And I think I'm about right here. Almost got it. God, the first place I had it before I started talking about it was perfect. I'm just a product of... Yeah, that shot going over the top was that going long on that par 5 was... That... how many matches... I don't know about you guys, but I've had top players miss that island. I've missed that island. Never in a match yet. But if I can take that risk out of it, of hitting that island, fuck yeah, I'm going to do it. A shot from the rough from 190 that I guarantee I'm going to get to the rough is much easier than hitting a shot from way back over the top. I feel like I'm feeling that on Rose Blockbuster. Yeah, now the key on that island shot, and hopefully you guys you would have been able to come up with this yourselves after the talk about backspin will hop on a downslope, and that will stop slower than a ball that hops once or twice and then lets the friction of the surface slow it down. You should always be using bite when you're going to stick islands like that, especially in a scenario that it's not fairway. Yeah, exactly. Josh got to it in the chat when I was saying it out loud. But that's the stuff that you didn't need to extrapolate it just for that. You didn't need to know that specifically for that hole. And hopefully you're just picking up with these ideas and you're extrapolating it out and going, okay, well, in this scenario, oh yeah, bite would be a better idea. Not because mouth said to hit bite on this, but because I now know that bite slows it down on a surface faster than backspin will. Yeah, bite doesn't save that. Now, my way of doing it on that hole is to pick the club that barely gets there, hit bite, don't do a pullback, and just hit it with no pullback with my palm. It works out for me very well just because the distances, because about 100 on it will get it about right where I want it to be. I feel like we should change this to the word of Josh because he is right on point right now. He is right with everything, guys. So listen to this man. He knows what he's saying. Now, if you knowing what he's saying and performing what he's saying, two different things. He's probably worse at it than I am. So we'll stick with word of mouth for right now. I mean, you guys saw just how low that thing went. Yeah, exactly. Knowing the right thing and being able to do the right thing are two different things in general. Now, this sucks because I'm on the rough. I didn't mean to be. But so I played up 2 clubs, and generally if I play a big swoop out of the rough, 2 clubs will be the right speed. It's a little bit harder to control, but you could really have just full seed that and then smoothed it out. I knew I knew being in the middle of the green was going to be good there. All right, we're going to just plop this down on the green. We are holding on, not holding on. He's like your teacher. Do as I say, not as I do. Because I'm right, but I just don't do the right thing. And I've said that in my life quite a bit. I know the right thing to do at all points in time. And for that, I give my parents a ton of credit. So after knowing the right thing to do, that's all your parents have to instill in you. Doing the right thing, that's something internal. Hey, John, how you doing, sir? So it also looks like the mask mandate will be gone for the tournament. I'm actually a little disappointed in it because the mask doesn't affect me, and I know a lot of people who hate the masks. That would have been great. Give my opponent something to think about while they're playing. And then plus, if it would have come off during the match, I'm calling fouls right there. John, it has potential to be the best game ever made. It's glitchy as shit right now. It's fantastic, though. No, well, they got rid of the mandate, but a casino can still put it on. Like, the casino still will have final say whether they want it or not. I can't imagine, though, that any casino actually gives a shit about health. They're just doing what they have to keep people in the doors. The update didn't really fix a lot of the glitchiness. They added some stupid shit that I didn't think was important. One of my biggest problems with it is you get missions that you do the part of the mission, it just doesn't progress. So then I have to disconnect from online play. Like, I have to take my PS5 off the internet, and then sometimes it will kick through it, but most of the time you have to quit the game and reload it. But other than that, it's fantastic. And when online play works, me and Michael Kaufman would have been playing a lot more of it. It took us. It's taken forever to figure out how to get the online to actually work. Beautiful mistake. Now you're gonna wonder why I high-teed that. Look, we know, and whether we're right or wrong with it, it certainly feels like the final boss, dude, the final boss for me fell through the floor and I had to restart. But yeah, it's been different for a lot of people. But so if you're playing, you're gonna have to get online with me and Michael. It is the first Dying Light was fantastic in my mind, and this will be better. I'm a little disappointed too now that I just finished the main campaign that there's no new game plus. It just takes you back to. It doesn't revert your character back to a previous save, but it puts you back so you can do the end part again. And then it changes the world a bit, and I haven't quite liked the changed world. I have like a smoke hanging over everything. Hey, Frank, congrats on your pass to Worlds. Can't wait to see you, buddy. Guys, if you didn't know, Farmer Frank won the last chance pass from Game Time Amusements. So Game Time, Power Vending, both were given a pass to give away. Club Lucky would have been given one too, but that didn't happen. TOC has been kind of shut down for now. So just like Pegget gave one away for PGT gave one away for a purple bracket champion. Yeah, I know you are. No. All right, so this is a great look. This is the look we're looking for. I can't really miss this. The question is, do I bite this and try to make it? Do I backspin it to stick it? And we know me, we're biting it. And really, bite was a safe play too. I didn't realize it was going to stop that quick. Well, hopefully we don't have a war coming, and it seems that way. We're going to have a war very soon. I know it. This is going to be the point in time where we're happy about our military budget. Yeah, we're going to go with the UN against Russia. Make it good. Wait, I wish they would make it good on the purples that didn't get one. So, yeah, you can't. Jason, are you behind? You might be behind a little bit. Well, we're on to this one. Let's play this. I'm giving a bunch of strokes. I kind of got a feeling I have no chance on this. This is one of my least favorite courses they've done. Yeah, we don't have one being there. That's not good. So we need a hole out. Yeah, Josh, I don't understand. I get what you're saying, but if they did that, it changes things in the past, and that kind of you can't really do that in any scenario because it would have played out differently had the past been there for that point. Now, if they announced they were doing that way from the get-go, then you had to think about those when you were playing whatever contest you were. Now, this is as short as I've ever seen this, too. Guys, I might get a chush on this hole. As long as I don't end up in the bunker with this C3, I think I'm going to get a chush. No, I can't make this with a chush. Now, somebody was asking me the other day about, can you chush when it's not flat? In some scenarios, yes. In this scenario, though, so the club that I would be chushing at this one normally would be the 4-wood, maybe even the 3, to fight the left 1, because those clubs I'm playing to barely get to the hole. If it barely gets to the hole, the left one's going to take it and miss the hole. So I'd be having to go to this or this, and at the speed that I'm coming in, the left 1 will have made me hit the left edge of the hole, and with a driver chush on this is going to lip out if I do it. So chush is out of the question for me right now. So we're going to just go with my old school chip. That is ridiculous to get it down that far. too hard. God, I'm playing my thumbs to be 85 and I'm thumbing 95. Ah, you could have. With the chush, see now to me, chush has a specific definition, right? It is hitting the ball the slowest speed possible, and you have a max distance for those slowest speeds. Now, it gets changed around, but I still am saying that's what a chush is. So technically, if I went to if I hit a 5-iron at 60 and hit it straight, that wouldn't be a chush. A chush is a 35-mile-per-hour shot. Now, obviously, there's variations of it, but all right. You guys, John, I'm sorry. I've been letting you guys go, but fuck off. We're going to block those users. There we go. Hey, T-Rev, how you doing, buddy? Ha, ha, ho. I got a bad bounce there. Mr. Kevin. Kevin, I sent that invite to you. Know that you might play... If you guys both accept and one of you plays it before Sunday and one plays it after, that match is going to be null and void. Because you will have gotten different setups. Or possibility of different setups. It's why I stopped sending invites right now. That one I sent because your guys' part of the bracket is way far behind right now. And part of it's about my fault. I had sent an invite out thinking you lost that. Yeah, exactly. And then you were out of town, yada, yada, yada. Great. You got a PS5 to play now. Well, if he accepts it, and here's the other problem. I have no way I don't know how to contact him. I can't find a message from him from back beginning. He's not saved in my contacts, and he's not on Facebook, so I don't know how to grab him. I put a post out to see if I can find him today, but hopefully he just gets it. Now, he's a perfect person to be watching the show. He could get better so quick. But did you expect that you'd have a match in this event, this tournament that you're giving strokes, though? That's crazy, right, Kevin? Start a new life together. All right, we got some contests to play. Okay, good. That's who it is. That's him. I couldn't find him, Josh. Apparently we got lucky. Puff got lucky. Luna told me that, yeah, he played it drunk on Friday night at the tournament. I think Luna's just looking for the escaped goats. I think he just shot a bad round and just can't let it be in his head that he can shoot bad rounds too. We can do anything if you put our minds to it. Trick your life, then you put a line through it. Start a new life together in a different place. Oh. Wow. Yeah, guys, I got a feeling before the Super Bowl we could be in line for going to war. I mean, when would a country, if they wanted to piss us off most, when would they want to go to war and take the toll off of it? During the Super Bowl, in my Yeah, that's him. That's absolutely him. So I'll reach out to him. Thank you. If you want to send him a message and say that Mouth was asking for me. And we'll do it again. See, this hole, they've missed out on this one. Both the old and new tee boxes are stupid on this. This is part of the reason Onsei's a garbage course. Such a cool looking hole. You could have made this shot way better. Love me. Or at least shoot him a message and tell him he's got an invite. He's got invites to play. I think part of my problem right now. Okay. It's not game changing right now. It really isn't. It isn't going to be. It's not much difference for us right now. The behind the scenes stuff is what I'm super excited about. New platform. One of my biggest problems at GoldenTee over the years is I like to just go to random places and play. Guys, more than half the machines out in the field are complete shit. And that is, for one reason alone, is they were allowed to upgrade with kits GoldenTee 4 to GoldenTeeTV. All right? It was one of the biggest problems ever. To be honest with you, Kevin, I've never played. I never did it either. It was just really, things made sense to me on GoldenTee right away. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. But the platform itself, now the hardware inside, it's much better hardware, right? It leaves us open for a lot of opportunities in the future with it. Am I disappointed that there's not enough changes with it? Yeah. Do I like the layout of the buttons, and is that touchscreen a fucking monstrosity that I hate being where it's at? Absolutely. Those kind of things can be fixed pretty easily. The biggest part of it is getting a partnership with the PGA. Look, guys, there's not many ways to get more people. I mean, the game was designed as a bar game, and bar attendance has dwindled over the years. Ever since the smoking bans went in place, it's been a downfall. It's been a downfall of bar attendance for people. Pandemic now, after the pandemic, I got a feeling that we're going to lose a lot of the bars, because even when everything opens up and back to normal, there's still going to be people with that thing in the back of their head like, okay, I'm going to stay away from people. I'm not going to bars just to go to bars. And we were having a problem gaining new players and getting younger. Now, and full credit goes to Richard King and now Andy Coleman, but the starting of streaming GoldenTee, guys, getting it to that point, it just gets a lot of things. It gets a lot of things involved. It gets a lot more eyes on it. Now, the problem is we get the eyes from people that can't play. I mean, people watching video game videos, I mean, typically the group that we have in here is a much older crowd than the people that watch YouTube, right? It is. And when we get a younger crowd, you're 12 to 18-year-old people, you're teenagers, they can't play the game. So and that goes to the point up there from Josh. It's not even prize play at home. It's taking a loss on selling the home editions, like PlayStation and Xbox do. They take a pretty big loss selling their system and make it up in the residuals. GoldenTee needs to think something like that matter. I had this talk with Don in Texas in the year he was retiring when we were at that Austin tournament. Oh my God, what did I... That's horrible bad. I wasn't even paying attention. Wow. Well, that's going to cause... I'm going to be out. But I can't... As much as I love the handicap tournaments, I'm sorry, there's no way in the world that in Tim's tournament I should be giving everybody strokes. There should be people playing even with me, and that kind of thing, it doesn't... It's not... I'll play in every one of them just because I think it's a good idea to be seen in all of these and play with them and be a man of the people. Well, you're going to win, Owen. I just missed an easy putt, so you got this. Yeah, see, that, Craig, I don't remember that. And yes, it absolutely will. You'll get to prize play conditions, which the greens will have similar breaks to what we're seeing now. I remember, I played it on casual before any of you guys saw it, and I did not remember them being like that. So it's just a setting for the betas. Yes, they will get harder. Winds will get stronger. I believe the betas just have them set as casual conditions. I barely know. Yeah, I don't think I won. I don't think I won, Owen. I think you got this one. But and it's something a lot of the players that have high handicaps think. Yeah, no problem, Craig. But then there's minor things as vendors. They should love it. Yeah, so my putt cost me, but you had a whole lot. You would have won my points. Doesn't matter. And it's the problem with not having handicaps per course. Okay, wait a minute, though. I just shot a 26, and my handicap stayed the same. 4 strokes, that's 5 strokes worse. So in order for my handicap to come back down, in order for my handicap to come down and to get it down dramatically, I have to cheat. I'm sorry, and it would be cheat. I would have to cheat to bring my handicap down. Well, a buddy of mine at the bar at a bar in Vegas right now, Andrew Russell, he's one of our players. He's one of our viewers. He said that the bars, no one's wearing masks anymore, so don't expect masks to be a thing when we're out there. I got little people finding me info everywhere. They're out there, guys. I got my minions. But back to it. Look, as much as I think my skill, if we played straight up, I feel like I'd win Tim's tournament every time. Like I feel like obviously I wouldn't, because people still make mistakes. But I feel like, and somebody will shoot lights out too. So yeah, lessens my likelihood of winning, but I think it's more important for us to all be playing and get more people involved than to win everything. And I guess that's the difference between a lot of top guys and myself. The short-sightedness. And it's the thing I've always said at tournaments. Like, you'd have people that would go to the tournaments and you have a couple drinks, yada, 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 but leave the bar. They won't fit side by side to look. Well, yeah, and look, that now this is me using my logic with it. Okay, so the reason why you can't cash out the invites has nothing to do with IT. It was that Apple and Google to have their apps on the Play Store and the App Store. If it was running real money through the app and not for credits, they would have had to pay fees on all of that money. And I think that is actually changing as well, being that with the NFC portion of the new machines, Apple and Google both were helping out with that and helping with the development of it, because they're actually doing some cool things with NFC that no one's really done before. But I think that will change, Brennan. But that's the thing, though. It's credits, and you can use those credits to play in the bar. And then that bar money gets canceled out. It's harder for me because I don't play at the bar very often. So that sucks a bit. But if you message me on the side, Brandon, if that was an issue for you, I might have some ways to help you around that. But and the thing is, Brandon, and really, I understand their decision. Look, out of home edition players wouldn't be cashing out much. They just don't. I mean, most players don't cash out. It's a very small percentage of people that cash out. So if we're making decisions, it shouldn't be based off of what it affects those small amount of players. And I'm in complete agreement with it. Even though it hurts me, that decision, for the good of the game, if that's what they have to do, that's what they have to do. It doesn't. It's not a slight at me, even though it sucks for me. It's just the way the world works. But I mean, they would have to run real money through the app. There were a couple ways to do it. Like with Android, they could have made the app. No, I do not, Josh. I'm using what's it called? vMix. OBS is very good when you're getting started. It just doesn't have a lot of the. You don't have a lot of the capabilities, and plus Richard's big into it. He set up most of it. So it's why I say I understand what he's doing, but when I try to do things myself in vMix, I screw things up, and it's just not. It's just a piece of software that has a lot to it that I don't want to learn. OBS is pretty easy to pick up, though. But vMix is, I mean, you should see. I've got 3 monitors in front of me that I can fill up all different stuff from vMix, like all different things we could be doing. In fact, when we're doing the longer shows and Richard's staying on producing the whole time, I actually take the 75-inch TV next to me too and run stuff on that screen as a staging spot for if Richard wants to throw in some graphics or things or needs to tell me something. Like that's what you're using it for. But you can get a good look at vMix if you ever go to a tournament. Andy, the director of esports for IT, he uses vMix as well. It's just a more in depth. It's just a more in depth streaming software. All right. Backspin would be not going to be able to go in. I don't think. I'd be too close to hole. Let's just let this thing release a little bit. Nope. Yeah, I think that's the most popular software out there. But we're using Restream as well, where there's free versions of it, but we're using a paid version of it as well, so we don't have to have their ads in there. That's just bad luck. If that hits I'm trying to hit the sand first and I overhit it. But if that hits any bit an inch further, I'm fine. If it hits an inch softer, I'm fine. Alright, so now we can just have some fun here. We're just going to hit goofy shots. I'm not winning this without a clean round. I mean, maybe I would have, but it's... I think I'm actually in the process of putting together a new computer for it, too. Richard's got knows specs and ins and outs of cards. Like, he's telling me that oh God, I wanted release on that, not bite. Whoops. Oh well. We'll use this for fun shit now. Actually, I'm gonna hole out twice and catch back up. It feels stupid that I've been screwing around. Yeah, this was the hole I lost my longest match on in sudden death against Denmark. This was my longest. Mine was bad because I caught a turbo bounce that it caught the lip of that and ramped me right into the sand. So I tried to ramp it off the string. Correct. Yeah, there's no capture card in the machine, so you have to send it out through a capture card. But so if you look at, for the current gen machines, if you look, the GTX 1050 video card actually has an HDMI out and a display port out. So I was using both of those. And we figured there was a couple of weird problems with it carrying audio incorrectly. So we ended up taking it out, and I'm using a powered HDMI splitter and sending to the TV. But I actually need to get another I need to get another capture card because this one's actually crapping out. I don't know if you saw in the couple of streams where people say, "Oh, it's frozen. It's frozen." Yeah, that's the capture card fucking up. But the other thing is this one will only deal with resolutions at 1080p or higher, or 720p or higher. Well, the boot screens are coming out in 480. So when we go to the boot screens, that's why you get a black screen until it gets to the spot where it's actually turning everything on. So it sucks because the stream misses a lot of the stuff from the, just the stuff that comes up in text from the Linux boot. And that will give me a lot of information on things that went wrong if they do go wrong. And it's good to have a recording of that and sending it back to the people at IT. Now, hopefully, guys, I should be getting hopefully I'll be getting a test version of 2022 sometime in the next few weeks. And hopefully IT will allow me to stream it. I bet they won't. They probably won't want to. But maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll get a good early look on here. Oh, and Craig, the other thing about the machines that probably the thing I'm most excited for, next to being the PGA, is that they're going to have the machines verified for gaming in other countries. And with the EU, once you get the European one done, that covers all countries in Europe. Great. Then we get back, and so then we have a new marketplace for players. I know those guys over there are clamoring for it, and I really want to be one to put machines out in London. I mean, I've got locations and I've got some relatives out there already that I could use for collections. Plus, I would get like a nice little flat. Chris, we're getting real close to the time period because as you saw in Kevin's post about the art team is going to have some free time now that they've shipped they've gotten past their job, given it off to testing and QA for the machine for the 2022 courses. So we should be seeing it pretty soon. I mean, they're saying May, and I don't think they're going to over deliver. I think it's going to be May, but I got a feeling it may be ready to go out before then. And the other thing I don't know, and actually I keep wanting to ask this question. But we should start seeing posts like that. Yeah, Jason, there's a lot to it. I don't. And it's got to be pretty soon. It's going to be pretty soon here. It's got to be. Okay, good. And the question I just asked is Home Edition going to have a delay? And the plan as of right now is Home Edition should be getting the courses the same time as commercial this year. That's a good news for us. Yeah, so the plan is that they're going to release them both at the same time. That was the question I was asking. And let me see. I'm asking Kevin a couple questions right now. Commercial. All right, there we go. Got it. And yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have that exact info yet. Kevin can play. Would I say he was the best player at IT ever? No. And if we ranked him this way, the best player that's worked for IT ever was Steve Sobey. Okay, that's a given. That's not even fair because he was a player that came in. Second best would be, it's probably a real close tie between Kevin, Adam Kramer, and Brad Litz, RIP. Oh, you're still gonna get this. You'll still get the 2022s, Matt. That's not a question. Yes, you will. They'll need them, or else you won't have prize play after a certain amount of time. Okay, good. All right, where are we at? So Kevin was really good. And actually, one of the first tournaments in Sussex prior to it being a PGT event, Kevin and I were playing Jackrabbit Junction. And Kevin was 2 better going into 18, and I was clean. And Kevin missed his first putt. It barely went through the green and went to the rough. And he played it like normal, so his putt like didn't even come close after that. So he parred 18, and then I aced like one of the hard par 4s in sudden death to beat him. Now, oh God, why am I not paying attention? Of course I do that on a course that's big money for me. Heavy rough, 28. This has got to be a chip. We're going to go with the 5. And we're going to hit it absolutely abysmally. Well, at least we saved it. That's terrible. 6-man tournament. I can't be missing those. Thing that I can. Did we fix it? Did we fix it? No. Somehow that left one turned it that much. So Kevin can play. He's definitely shot multiple. He's gone over. He's been better than par a few times, obviously. His whole thing was he played a lot of money shot when it came out. I used to say he treats Tinder like he treated money shot. It was just bam, bam, bam. I mean, there were days at a tournament or two where he was at that he spent 150 games or so of money shot. But I think as far as tournaments go, Adam Kramer's been done better at tournaments than anyone at IT. And guys, Adam Kramer can actually be very good at GoldenTeeV if he wanted to. Which is kind of part of the reason we were all excited that those two got up there. No offense to Don or Gary, but they couldn't hold a candle at the guys who played now. But one of the good things that Don did, though, he forced the art and the developer guys to actually play the game. He set up office leagues. And it still gets me that the testing people, look, guys, if you need to test something, send it to me. I'll give you more information about it than what those testers are getting, and I'll get it for you really quick because I'm going to play the game like a player actually plays it. But I mean, like, you wonder how they ship some of these things out. They've shipped some of these things out and I would hope that Kevin and Adam are playing it all the time to say, hey, nope, this is not right. We got to fix this, yada, yada, yada. But, I mean, one of the year of, like, 2020, when 2020 came out for Home Edition, I got the courses, and I got them, like, the night before, and I was like, did you guys even play this before you sent it out? And Kevin's like, no, I hadn't had time to play it since it released for HE. What's up? Dude, the tee boxes were all, like, broken. You were falling through the ground on all of them. And I was like, if you guys would have played this, Real Time Rivals was a mess. And I thought that with those two guys being in upper echelons now working there, that those things would have happened. But it still comes down to a manpower issue. And as we know, they're understaffed substantially. Now, that's not our fault, but I do tend to give them a little leeway because these guys, not only are they providing something that I really enjoy, they're also friends of mine and family, so... This one this time. I need a whole lot, though. I need a lot of points, or else I'm not getting any money back on this. So, what do you guys think I should live stream while playing my matches at Worlds? Or at least live stream audio? I've always wanted to do it. We talked about it a couple tournaments, like where Peggett would put myself and Haas on, and we'd be mic'd up and talk about the way qualifying goes. I don't even need to check, really. As much as I'd like one, we have our ways worked out. I don't get paid by them, but obviously I get some info a bit earlier. I mean, they trust me enough to give me some of the updates to hand out at tournaments. To be honest, I'm going to be honest. I don't pay for updates on this. I didn't pay for the machine. Yeah, well, GoPro would be a little challenging, but I mean, really, just have the stream machine set up, like have us be on a stream machine, but have our audio, have us be able to tell people what we're doing while we're hitting it. Because, I mean, your thought process during these would be, is much different than how my thought process is while I'm playing with you guys on stream right now. Because there's nothing really that matters on it. Like, okay, cool, I lose an invite right now. Great, I'm gonna lose 25% of my inlet. Oh, King, we've got the cordless mics. I've got one. It's here somewhere. Yeah, I've got a couple here. For me, though, Quentin, the problem for me, I would use it while I'm playing now. We'd have better audio. The problem with it is, though, it's not, I don't like it. It has, like, it's cordless, but it still has a battery pack and a cord, and it just isn't comfortable to play with. Trust me, Quentin, there's not a piece of equipment that you've got that Richard hasn't bought 7 times, is my guess. I like to joke with people that when he first came up here, when we were setting up the stream, it looked like we had to black out the windows because it looked like we set up a porn studio in the basement, and there was probably 75 to 100 grand worth of equipment just sitting down here. Hang on a second, guys. My mafia wife is here, all dressed in her velvet jumpsuit. Hi, babe. How are you doing? Come and say hi. Show everybody. Show off the jumper. She's not wearing a romper. I did everything. I didn't get the bathrooms cleaned.
I just did it.
Thank you. Was everything else okay?
I touched up.
I trust you did. I was expecting. Adam got out of there about 3.
So what time will he be here?
It'll be 3.5 hours, 6:30ish. Do you want to go put those enchiladas on the smoker?
What temperature do I?
225, super smoke it, and then we'll go for an hour or so, and then we'll just put it in the oven the rest of the way. Okay. Thanks, babe. All right, guys. We're back. Lucy, Cliff, hi, buddies. You guys want to play? Absolutely not. We don't like you, Dad. Love, and then the daily. Everybody's saying hi, Jill, but she went upstairs. And once again, see, guys, that's how this works. I've been home all day, and I cleaned off the patio where the dogs had pooped, that kind of stuff that she wouldn't have wanted to do. But she got home and did it. Yeah, I got it. It's a Traeger, yeah. It's the one thing I don't like about the Traeger. Well, these are just Costco's enchiladas, dude. They're really good. Costco's enchiladas are good, but then I smoke them for a bit and then finish baking into the oven. And yes, Caesar, you're always welcome for dinner, bud. And guys, I'm sorry about this. Q, this goes to you. No disrespect. I can't stream. Well, and the earpieces for it were different too. They just weren't. Nothing was comfortable about it. It made me think that I was there. She did, Dave. I know, but I'll try to pop in when I see it, but I can't watch. I know there's a delay, and I'm just like, I just can't watch. I just can't do it. I can't watch other people play Golden Tee in general unless I have some part of it. If I'm commentating on it, I mean, even times where I've got big money in Calcuttas and need stuff to win, I just can't stop and watch. I need to be doing something. Yeah, actually, so now, when COVID first started, me and my wife were really strict on it, right? Because, I mean, we were literally in Italy when COVID crushed that place. Luckily, we got out of there, like, before they locked everything down. But, so we were like, no, we're not fucking with this thing. And her parents were, like, coming down. They were coming down, and they were like, yeah, we'll just get a hotel. We don't have to stay with you. And I was like, okay. Then they showed up with, they brought the Ironwood 650 for us as a wedding gift, right? And I texted I messaged Jill and was like, Jill, I don't want him to come in. She was still at work, and I was like, I don't really want people here, but they brought us a fucking Traeger. I gotta be nice to them, right? They bought their way through my restrictions. Shows my lack of character. But I also have a nice Weber Genesis too. So, and that's the other problem with Traeger. I don't really feel that there's anything but indirect heat on it. So I end up doing a smoke. I'll smoke it down, leave it 10 degrees short or 5 degrees short, or like if I'm going medium rare, I'll get it up to like 125, 123, and then finish doing it almost as if I'm reverse searing. Yeah, absolutely, great gift. That wasn't my best effort. All right. Well, now, I need a toothpick. Oh, itchy ears. That's terrible. Yeah, see, I don't use it. Charcoal would be great, but it's too much work cooking for just 2 people. I like having my couple propane tanks, knowing that it's ready to go. But yeah, I'll normally fire that thing up, get it running at about 700, and use that to sear everything at the end, because it's all indirect heat on the Traeger. There are a couple smokers out there that have the direct heat on it, and actually I looked at if I didn't get that as a gift, I may not have gotten the Traeger. I may have gone with the Weber it's the double Weber it's got the propane and a pellet smoker with it. That I think was a good idea. All right, let's go. Let's go Sandhill. Get it out and I'll be on my way, because you're not half the man you think that you are. Okay. All right, we got nothing drivable here. We're just going to knock it straight. All right, we got to pull this back. See, this one I would love to thumb, but I know my thumbs are going to land this ball at about 98, and I have a chance of backing this off the grain then. So I need to get this a little farther. And I hit it way too far that time, but still, same premise. Oh, also, the Rectech, I've heard good things about the Rectech too. Hey, Chris, we'll see you, bud. Thank you. We're going to do our best. I'm already spending the money. I got worlds in the bag, guys. It's set. My wife had a dream, too, so you do that. You got my confidence. My wife's dream just added on to it. It's a done deal. Oh, God damn it. Now, see, this one could be a chush. But with the short ones, I'd prefer not to, because you gotta, I mean, technically on that one, the distance to chush that is like a G-wedge. And a G-wedge, a little bit of wind will play. So you could go up clubs, but you could be coming in awful hot then. And one thing about shushing, guys, height. Going up a hill is a huge. You need to play up clubs a ton with uphill shots. I can't remember the shot from there now. See, like this has got a pretty big hill in front of me. I don't think I can shush this. I mean, it would have to be a backspin. From this distance, the 9 would be normally, but I don't know if it's going to get there. Let's try let's try to shush it and see how it goes. It got up. And notice I went up and backspun it. Well, my problem was before, I chushed like this, and I didn't necessarily chush, because I was sitting at about 45, and I would aim it. But the problem is, when I got to different decks, and had different surfaces, or different temperature levels, dude, I couldn't, it didn't travel well. So being able to hit a shot at home is great, but not being able to take it to a tournament is just a waste of my time, then. But now that I got, after Eddie DeSimone, Shreddy told me, I asked him, and he gave me all his data that he was using with it, and yeah, I just started doing it that way, and it's been pretty good. I mean, you guys have seen, I make most of them now. Hey, Kevin, you too, sir. Enjoy the PS5, my man. And friend request themouth 411 on the PS5. If you're going to get a PS5 for me, you're going to goddamn sure be my friend. I have to buy my friends, guys. You should know that by now. Out of bed. Oh. Don't go away. Coffee for your head. Dude, I haven't seen this whole drivable more than one time on an invite. Alright, so the next game we play on 2021, let's talk about the differences in the holes and see which ones are going to change, or which ones change and we're going to have different score possibilities. Oh, we're playing Dying Light 2. Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm like Zach Galifianakis. In due date. Well, I have 64 friends, but 42 of them are pending. Oh, rip. That was the easiest look. That's Dying Light 2. It's going to be the best game so far on PS5. I'm still playing. Far Cry 6 is good. Very repetitive. This is a little bit repetitive too, but there's a lot of cool things in it that make it more fun. Plus the co-op play. That's the best part. That was the best part of Dying Light 1. Stay away for too long. Alright. Usually I think it would be the HDMI. Jess, send me, if we're friends on Facebook, or friend request me, or send a word about, send me a picture. I wonder if you just don't have your screen size adjusted correctly. I had to see what the horizontal lines are, but no, that's not a standard thing. Mistake. And now, did you get yours brand new, or did you buy it used as well? Ah, that would be great. Hey, Bryce. Bryce, I gotta say, we've been playing pretty damn good. World Championship caliber good. There we go. Let's see what you got. Yeah, that is not a standard thing. I mean, if I'm guessing right there that the video card could be going out, memory needs to be reseated. Was it a new machine when you got it, or did you buy it used? Is this drivable? Not drivable. Laying up. Okay, and you just got it, right? There's a bunch of things you're going to want to check before you call them. The things that I would want to know right away, obviously try a different HDMI input. Try switching that HDMI cable. If it's a newer machine, you should, if you have a display port to HDMI cable, try the display port output. To me, that looks like a video card going bad. But that would be weird to just get some random lines like that. So I'm actually thinking it might be the input on the TV first, or like you said, an HDMI cable. It is not a known issue. That doesn't happen to many people. It could have gotten jostled around in shipping too, so that card could have been coming loose the whole time. Been here forever. Brett, we're doing great. How about yourself, sir? We're on the frozen food. This is a perfect hole example. When they first came out with the new and the old tee boxes, right? On the old tee boxes, it was always a setup similar to this. You could cut around the trees. Well, that's a good thing. But being a bad day at the brewery's got to be better than most people's worst days. But now, when you get mixed tee boxes on this, though, there's a super two. Like, I would need it. There's a 2-iron with super spin was like one of the only ways to stick this shot in a lot of setups. So it's a hole like this is what I'm talking about. Because we've been here. All right, I'll take a 28 on this. At Worlds, when this was the year of courses, I was kind of shit in the bed. I had, what is the shadow? Or Crawdad. Swamp was in the mix too. And I was shooting really bad on Crawdad, but I hit a really bad shot on 17 that was going wet, and the hole stopped and went in. And then I got to Sandhill and put up a 34 at Worlds on it. Like, it was, that made me make the cut no problem. Like, I went to barely making it to being like top 12. I gotta say too, I wasn't nervous, but definitely I got to qualify with a legend. You hear CJ and all these guys say legend. When I say legend, this person is actually a legend. When you're talking Dean Leakakis, that man is a legend and responsible for a lot of people getting into Golden Tee. He is one of those people that he thumbs the ball. His thumb speeds are 110 to 120 normally. I remember I hit a shot on Sandhill that I aced, and I just turned right once with the 9-iron and thumbed it dead straight with pipe. And I go, Dean, what are you doing, man? Like, what? You just turned right once and thumb it straight. And he's like, dude, how do you hit the ball at 85? Oh, fantastic, dude. Well, you know I'll be drinking it on the stream. I think I gotta start drinking again more. Alright, 2. That's a bad pin, but this is a tough look to me. I'm worried I'm gonna clip the branches on the... In fact, I don't think I can... Well... Really, there's not many I don't like, right? I'm not a big fan of too hoppy of an IPA, but in general that is. But I still like IPAs. Otherwise, no, I try everything. I love going to places where I can get beer flights. I whiffed the ball there. Hopefully I don't get screwed. Yeah, I did. I whiffed that. All right, so 22 yards. This is a church. And that was me swinging too hard. That was me going too fast, not taking my time. Killing myself on another invite. So terrible. That was bad. That is a hole that I'm so disappointed when I miss it. It's always me. It's never like the hole being hard. because even the hardest looks on that hole are actually really easy. And notice I do play a 3 driver bag on this course. I mean, I do not play a 3 driver bag on this course because you don't ever need the 8.5. And when you're using the 8.5, you're bringing risk to reward into it so bad. Let's discuss this hole. This is the hardest look you'll get on it. All right. Now, normally we would be hitting a 10.5 high tee, cutting it around, right? And that would get up on this, but it doesn't turn fast enough to get around the corner. So when you're tucked behind this, you should be playing this with the forward's a perfect club. You can hit the 3, and we'll hit the 3 here, and I'm going to hit it really soft just to show you. But the goal is not, I don't have to get past all the trees. I just have to be in the fairway is really the point. See how soft I hit that? And I made it back to the first cut, and I'm through the trees. So there's really nothing to worry about. I'm underneath this. We're good. Nothing to worry about now. We're in a good spot. She's never alone. Just picture everybody naked. I know that last Worlds qualifying event, that was the hole that everybody was having problems on. That one in the Worlds qualifying event, I was just hitting a forward and then having a cut shot in. I will say my neighbor was getting pissed off at that hole a lot too, because he'd hole out twice, get to that hole, and fuck it up, and then quit, even though he's still one better. Not love it when you go crazy. I take away inhibition. Yeah, I'm not, beggars can't be choosers, I guess, Brett, is really the answer there. Yeah, and yes, my favorite beer is free. All right, we got to get around this. Luckily, we got a wind helping us, so it's just going to be a 5-wood A1. Could be all right. Oh, favorite beer of all time. I'm partial to the 312 out of Chicago, but that isn't because it's my favorite beer. It's just the places that I drank it at. I'm a big fan of the Liney's grapefruit one. I think was one of my favorites of all time. But I like fruit forward beers a lot. I like the fruit forward beer. And then I Guinness is one of my go-tos as well. So I'm not a huge beer drinker. I drink what I like when I'm out, but by no means a connoisseur. I do like Ramblers quite a bit too. Oh, a mango would be great. I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. It's like the feels right. I do like the black. I do like that one too. I guess if I'd have to choose, I'd say I like mostly the wheat beers. But I also don't want to sound like an ignorant asshole and pretend like I know something I don't. All right, we got 355. This one's a close call type of shot because we know that with no wind, we're carrying the high T 10.5 at about 350 to 352, right? So now we got a wind in our face and it's a level shot. Let's say that wind in our face is about half of that is 6, and then directly in my face, let's say we'll call it 5 in my face. So we're going to lose about 8 yards off of this tee shot. Now, the question is the 10.5 going to carry? How far away is that pin from the edge of the hazard that we need to clear? Well, it looks like about 15 yards. So I don't think we have any problem hitting the 10.5 here. We're going to high tee it with backspin just to get that little bit of extra height. And we're going to smoke it. And the math was right. We were right. It was there. That one was close, though. If I wanted to make it and I needed to ace it, I would have probably hit the 9.5, but it brings a lot more hazards into play. It's best to go your separate ways. Like, there won't be restraint. There won't be another chance. Life is no Nintendo game. Once again, I was too scared to cut that enough to make it, because if it was right at the point, if I cut it enough to make it, I could have cut it one click too far and had it snap right over the edge. Stand here. The way you lie. I love the way you lie. Oh my, I thought I missed that. Things that we didn't mean and we fall back into. Alright, so my marker, the 10.5 lines up from here and it's in the fairway. So that means I can go here and I can murder a C3. Well, get at it, Aaron. Where are you from? See, over the top, and now I got an 80-yard shot from the first cut. I'd rather have this all day than a 3-wood. My fault. In the eyeball. Next time I poke it. Well, oh man, Aaron, you got a lot of talent down there, and I gotta recommend that you get out to the Vector Room. I believe it's in Cypress, Texas, and I think that right now you got Caesar in here from the Vector Room, but that's where you got Luna and George play there, the big names. So you got the opportunity to jump in and play with some top tier talent that, while they are annoying people, no, I'm just kidding, they're great guys, but they're happy to help and happy to talk you through some shit if you got any questions down there too. Oh, it doesn't matter, Aaron. That's the best time to go because you can see. You can stop yourself from developing bad habits. Rather than fighting them for years to come as you play the game. 27, I'll take that. I'm not going to win that, but out of 7 people, I should get back a couple bucks. Now, we're going to skip that next pine that we have and go to the next one. If you shot a 25, you're definitely on that level. Hey, Rocky. I appreciate it. We always love when people come in. Let's see what we got here. No, we're going to skip that. We don't need to play the par 3. Let's play Rhineland again. Hey, I've got all the records. I'm worldwide, bitch. Act like you don't know. Now. Yeah, and guy, Caesar keeps being self-deprecating, but he's actually pretty fucking good. He's getting there. Now, a lot of people will hit this with an A1, but the problem is it can't bounce up. It's too much rough. With the C3, this ball will get up if I hit a good C3. The problem here is that I'm probably not going to hit a perfect C3. And I didn't get it very good. We're going to have a chip. And going the other way now with chushing, I probably should have done that because this is going to leave me this. Oh, come on. Well, yeah, your best bet would be, I don't know the area that well, but like your Paul Dennis's of the world, and you're not too far from going up and hanging out with the Jersey crew, I don't think, are you? And that's a great group of people, guys. Probably looking at the best female player in the world. It's between her and Brittany Casper right now, but Johanna Cruz. Girl can play. Plus, they're just awesome people. Steve and Johanna are great. You got Chris. Just a great group from up there. Pleasure to meet. Pleasure to hang out with. thing though, Brett. Here, a 15 actually is a very great round in Golden Tee. If you look at historically, I know it's gone up a bit from then, but like 3 years ago, the average score of every round of Golden Tee put together was a +2. Now that can get a little tainted because somebody walking away from the machine gets a if you have the score, you can get a -70 or something, a +70, but you don't get the positive ones way up top. We're going to hit the C3, bank it off the left wall, and it should be in the fairway. Good man. Along with... Well, the problem with that hole is that it's not something that you've ever had in Golden Tee before, so if you didn't see somebody else do it, you wouldn't have never expected a ball to go through the window. It just should. No obstacles broken in Golden Tee before while you're hitting it. Maybe if yeah, and Brett, along with that, guys, if PGA machines, once they're out in full force and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, you're going to get to a bar and have some real rookies playing on it. And I know it's tough for us when we get to the bar. We really want our machine to be open, and it's your machine, right? But we all have to be cognizant of making sure that, wow, everybody's getting a chance. Like, you're helping everybody because those guys growing into the game is what keeps it alive for us. Don't you know you're beautiful? And it's easy to see. And it's a tough ask for a lot of people, but I'm hoping that the majority aren't like that. That was dumb. Why am I dumb? Why did I do that? I'm so dumb. That's so stupid. I knew that was happening, too. I don't know why I played that. That was me thinking that I'm going to make everything. And, oh, so stupid. The rare 158. Perlin, all right. Nice bogey in there, doofus. I'm bad at love, and he tastes like Jack when I'm kissing him. All right, so we got a better look here. We can go right at this. It's a touch shot. It's not about hammering it. It's tough to do. Wow. That's a bad shot, too. Well, I'm going to be on the green, though. Fucking terrible shot. And see, if that was a putt before, that would have come off hotter, and I just didn't play it right. What did you mean for crying? Oh, not good. Not playing well on these today. History, I'm bad at love. California. Dreams to make a mind, 'cause you fell in love with little thin night nine. With an attitude. But you look so cute. Come on. I don't mean to frustrate. Always make the same mistakes, and I want the setups to be a little different so we can hit a shot. Yeah, see, we're getting all the... This one's not really that challenging from this box. Alright, we're going to hit the 3-wood. We're going to hit the back wall and have it come back down. I laid off it too much. That's fine, though. We're putting for double eagle. I'm bad at love. Ooh. Do it for love. Alright, nothing special here. Yeah, nothing special here. Even though this tee box is super short, you still want to play a club that you play a lower lofted club coming in. All right, left 8. Ugh. Guys, this is ugly. Saw you dancing just the other road. Alright, perfect. So this is why we carry the 0 hybrid on this. It was really hard to get it underneath. You could hit the 10.5 with a cut shot and release, low tee, but that's not a really fucking consistent shot. That is, though. And then we'll just hit a rocket in from there. That putt would have been a challenge because it would have barely gotten to the hole. That left 2 plays like a left 5 then, but you can't play it like a left 5 because then it doesn't break at all. So we just decided to rip it at it with a chip. If I miss, it goes above the green and stops dead. It wouldn't have gotten to the water. I would have had to really miss-hit that to get into the water. All right, we're going to cut off at about 6:30. So let's find 2 more fun games to play. Let's find a couple courses that we want to see. Woodland Farm is in there. Pelican's a good one. Royal's a good one. You guys, there's a lot of choices here. You guys make a choice. I want to hear the first 2 selections. Oh, there are some good ones here. Was Royal on here? Is that your game? God damn it! There it is. All right, that's the first one. I really want to play the original tee boxes on this course. Tundra, Royal Dubai. Got it. You're welcome, Brett. I'm here for you guys. Let me know if you guys ever need anything. Uh-oh. We got Adam Miller calling. Let's answer. What do you want and who is your daddy? No, you're on my headphones. They can't hear you. Well, yeah, I will. Evansville, I love it. I want to be about that, back out there. No problem, I would. So, no, go. Oh, you're here. Jill's home, so just come on in. No, they're fine. They're not upset. They're happy to see you. Bye. All right, my buddy's here. He's here, so we'll play one more after this, like I said. Yeah, Jason, I will do that. I will go there. I want to see your brewery, too. Ooh, I thought I missed that putt. Your tears for the other day. All right, this is a bad setup for this, but not as bad as we might think. Now, we know our distances. This should be perfect. And if I would have maxed it out, it probably goes in. That's good. I think that might have been the first time I ever went high T over those. Okay, that works too. I got to see Heather. I got to see Marty. Save your tears till the other day. Oh, that might actually line up perfectly too, because hopefully that's like about the time I release myself into the wild after the back surgery. Meaning, I'm hoping the machine, I'm hoping the PGA machine's ready by then. Could be. How mad are you guys going to be when I win it? I come back from losing my first match to Josh, and then coming back and winning the tournament. No, Jason, it's not a PGA machine. I need the PGA machine before I can get rid of this one. Red voice, you hear it loud. Like thunder gonna shake the ground. When I got up. This is the machine you're getting. The eye of the tiger, a fighter. Wow, that bolt didn't cut at all. Oh, that sucks. How is it a scam, guys? You watch me play everything. I think there's no way. I can't rig this. It's like there's no way to rig a tournament like this. But no, I don't mind the PGA machine. I don't like the layout, but we're going to have to get used to it eventually. All right, so we're looking at this 378 pins deep. That is going to be close to getting there. It probably won't, though. So we got to land at 3. That's really close. We're going to have to hit the 8.5 here. And the 8.5 is going to put me in a bad spot long, but we're going to hit it anyway. I needed that to hit the... Actually, I can make this. Maybe. You're gonna hear me roar. This is a lag. I lagged that. I'm not getting aggressive on that shot. That could have been bad. Oh, 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 oh. Where is the pin? I can't. Oh, there it is. What? Diane, don't bother Tom's driving right now, man. You need to let him focus on the road. Are you guys? How close are you to Kansas City yet? I'm a champion, and you're gonna hear me. I never realized how many albums. I didn't really think Katy Perry was a very good musician until I realized how many. She has sold a ridiculous amount of albums. Like, I always laugh. Ooh. Ooh, well, focus on your husband. Don't worry about word of mouth right now, Diane. Oh, yeah, like my favorite jam right now is on. It's got Will Smith's daughter on it. Hey, we got a guest. doing, big guy?
I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, good. I got one more game to play after this, and then I'm done. These people will be done. Guys, this is Adam Miller, Fishy-tastic. You're gonna see him out of Worlds. He's gonna get in the closest to the pin. He's gonna make a spot. He's gonna get his ass kicked in every match after that, but he's gonna get his 400. He's gonna get his $500 or $400. Ooh, Coda's fun. Did I have all this stuff up here when you were here last?
I don't think so. Not that monitor. No, not the chat monitor. I don't think.
It's really useful too. Plus, when we're watching shows, when Jill and I are like watching something, she's laying there and I'm playing.
Is she upstairs? I could have sworn I thought
She's home.
Yeah, I know, but she wasn't in the.
You didn't see her?
I don't know. She might have been upstairs. Like
she probably was. She was probably finishing or fixing all of my cleaning.
Well, I could hear both of you, but I guess they're coming from different directions. I assume she was down there.
No. Bye, Diane. You and Tom have a good night. Enjoy KC. Who do I know in Kansas City? They can go heckle them at Kona Grill tonight. Ah, that's water. What a bad shot. That was horrible. What a bad shot. Ah, that was bad. Now, see, that would have rolled. This putt would have rolled over every time if I didn't put that before. All right, one last game. We're gonna play Tundra, and then we're calling it quits. We'll see you guys Sunday night after that.
You don't have to see putt anymore.
No, they changed the putting around a bit. This year, the difference was this year. The distance is fully based off of the max amount of distance you can hit now is fully based on the distance you are away from the hole.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. In some ways it's good. In some ways it's bad. Yeah, no, there isn't really a turbo. There's one point at like the 120 to 130 foot range where your max speed is like off the linear plot that it was for all the other holes, but it doesn't come into play. I haven't had it lip out or miss doing that, but it definitely goes a little hotter. But I don't think it's as hot. Like before, an 80-foot putt, if you missed it, you were 30 or 40 feet past the hole, and now like you can't go more than 15 feet past any putt.
Gotcha.
Let's roll this.
Here she is.
Is she coming? Oh, she would have been up.
Unless the dog learned how to use open doorknobs.
Hi, I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I just got here. I heard you and Mark.
Were you talking to your mom? Because she's on my stream right now, Joe.
No, I put,
Who's on? Who should I call somebody and have them go to Kona Grill and heckle them? Like throw bread at their table and shit?
No, I, was throwing some blankets in the wash from our bed.
Now I won't be able to get ready yet.
Wait a minute.
Nope.
No dog even alerted me that there was someone in the house.
Well, it's because he called me first.
I don't know
so
where
they knew.
Clifford is, but
Clifford was upstairs with me.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Lucy was asleep.
She just didn't bark.
She usually barks when someone pulls into, like, light.
She didn't hear my car, and I called him, and I didn't want to disturb the dog, get them all wound up.
Yeah.
All right, so we're bouncing through this, guys. Even we're clean so far. Easy setup. This is the first one we're gonna have any issues with. I'm not able to get that up that rock today, so we're gonna go to the old school spot
Yeah.
and pray to God that I don't screw this up.
4 hours.
I did. I screwed it up. That's fantastic.
So,
All right, let's see if we can get a little lucky here.
I got a last minute call.
That always happens.
Oh, it got over that. I didn't think it was getting over, but
You mind, Mark? We're trying to talk over here.
I know.
Uh-oh, Clifford.
Clifford's coming.
That's,
Cliff, you're deaf, but you can come over and see Adam. Who's that, buddy?
he's like, wait a second.
There's no dad.
Over here.
Go get him.
Hey,
I don't know.
Clifford.
He's like, I don't know how to get up there.
We'll figure it out.
Oh.
Lucy's just standing.
I know. Standing on top of me. Hey, Clifford.
Cliff,
You gonna come up or not?
come up this way and walk over.
How long have those enchiladas been in there, Joe?
I'd have to look at the timer.
Is he
I did a
smoker?
60-minute timer.
I did bring a bottle of Austin Hope.
We almost grabbed one. Is it it's the
2019 is what I brought.
that's what we would have ended up buying too.
Yeah, they don't have the 2018 anymore. They don't. I haven't even seen the 2019 lately. I got this.
They're fully stocked at
We
this one.
never have
At
seen
the
it
one
at
by
our
me.
Costco.
No, they had it recently, but it's always been the
It was like 48, 50.
yeah exactly. But we actually did some. We found a bunch of fun ones. almost don't carry anything below a 90 point.
Yeah, there was almost everything was 90 and above.
Yeah. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah, but you also never know how necessarily real.
Well, if they're
Well, a lot of times too,
if it's wine spectator, then it's
it'll
good.
say 2018, 91 points, and then the bottle is a 2019.
Yeah.
But this one they had the labels all correct.
Yeah.
All right, so we're one off a par. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to friends.
We're not
Well,
friends.
I know. I was telling the stream that they should be saying we're not friends.
My mom was talking to you.
Well, you see her name up there.
Mona?
They're on their way. Good night, Jason. We'll see you soon. Like I said, we're going to come back live probably near the end of the Super Bowl, unless it's a really good game. Then I'll watch the whole thing at the end of it, rather than watching it with you guys. Gosh, this must be the life.
Cliffy, you're happy. You got eye boogers.
Yeah, he's old. No teeth to get rid of those boogers.
14,
It's up there. And how old is Lucy?
9,
10.
10 now, yeah.
She'll be 11 this year.
She
We got her when she was like 7 or 8 or something.
7, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's been a while. All right, what do we got? Let's get a whole
I'm
lot.
trying to remember. Was this the first place you originally moved in out here?
Yeah,
Oh, here, yeah.
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 I remember.
We have
yeah. I couldn't find shit down here, and we got.
Hey, stop
This
that.
place has been pretty
Don't
good.
scratch me.
Yeah. We kind of lucked out.
Hot.
Relatively cheap.
You can go over here, Lucy.
Roll. Hold up for you, Caesar. It's coming.
No.
None of that.
Focus on me, Adam.
Oh, I felt the whole out incoming. Yeah, we need a whole out after we blew that one early. Although I think a 25 wins this invite. I can't see Timmy Juhas doing very well. If you want to crank the... I can do it. I can
Is
do it.
Worlds all on the new courses?
It's all 2021.
Which I've not played any of.
You played... You have a record on my machine for birdies on one of them, I think. I think you... So you played it. The one record you don't...
Yeah, the record you don't want. Longest putts and birdies.
But I figure we'll eat and go over to the bar, and then we can play. Because, like I said, I'm not playing. I mean, you can play it, obviously, but I'm not playing the home edition event until Sunday because I'm trying to see if I can win it. And right now, I'm going to win it in 3 hours.
By the way, I parked on the left-hand side. I don't know who I'm blocking in. Although, if we're going to the bar, we'll just take my truck.
Wow, we can make Jill drop us off.
Yeah.
That's a better play. Left-hand side is where.
Yeah, I'm probably not.
Yeah, I'm not going to drink much either.
No. I actually got drunk last week.
What?
Yeah, I know. I don't even. The last time I was here, did I even get drunk then?
We had. You drank with us.
Was that the time we went to the pool?
Yes.
That was a good time.
Yeah, it was. Good chat out
That
too.
was fun.
All right, so we got 302 to this green. It's we're gonna play the high tee shot because the pin's to the right hand side. I can keep it down the chute. It's a question: do I hit the 5 wood or the 4? I gotta hit the 4 here, and it's gonna. If I put it at the pin, it would go long. But we're gonna. What the fuck did? Oh, god damn it! I didn't high tee it. All right, now we're in trouble. It's gonna be hard to get this thing close. Not that hard. God damn it. This next hole is also a fun one too once you learn the shot. All right, so we got an outwind. Our play is almost 99% of the time you're going to go for this island. The problem is, how do you stick this island? You have to high tee it and land it, or else it would never have that trajectory coming low enough with the distance. You'd bounce over every time. But even a high tee 5 wood would be hard to stick. So I give you this.
Pound it into the side.
Yes. You cut the 8.5. You have to have a little cut on it. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I say that, but I don't remember if I played this course with the 9.5 though. So I wonder if I was only cutting that because the 9.5 needed it to be. I don't know, but you see, if you cut it, backspin, bounces straight up, plops down. We're shooting for an eagle. The second shot is not easy either. Adams even played this course. Oh, come on! If it stayed on the hill where it was, this chip's tough now. You don't hit off of ice very often, so you don't know how hard you have to hit it. Fucking just debacle. Well, I was too busy focusing on my guests. Sorry about you guys. Sorry I didn't focus on the Golden Tee for part of tonight.
Finish strong, no excuses.
Oh, I'm gonna go birdie eagle. I'm gonna eagle 18. Let's see if we can ace 18. Make Caesar feel happy that he accomplished it for me. He made me do it. All right, we're gonna try to ace it. Hard hole, made it happen. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for coming along early. I know it was an earlier time. Gets everybody a little messed up. I did, Caesar. I tried my best for you, man. But, yeah, I can't say go Bengals. I want to see Stafford win. I think the Bengals will have some chances moving forward. I think the Rams are pretty much got 2 years in them for this team. But let's go. I'm going Rams. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Hopefully the team you want wins, and hopefully I win all the squares. That's all I care about. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good night.